but the thing is they don't allow motorbikes, cars inside.
I'm going to ride something like 30,000 miles in I don't know how many days through a lot of different countries. Across Australia from Sydney to Perth, then from South Africa up through to North Africa into Egypt, and then taking the back road round through Eastern Europe, stopping at several places, and eventually landing up in Plymouth, England. I'll be bringing cameras. These ones. I'll be going on my own, so there won't be a cameraman. Everything will be filmed by me. There will also be no support vehicles. I'll be travelling around the world, linking up with myself at the borders, but really, the motorcycle will be on its own. Welcome
to Jurassic Park.
No, welcome to South Africa, because that's where I am right now. But where's my bike? Let me show you. Thanks to the lovely weather we're having in Cape Town right now, my bike is unable to be unloaded. So what to do in the meantime? Well, I walked around a bit. Then I walked around a bit some more. Contemplated life. Contemplated life in the dark. Shot some things with a pistol. Visited the definitely not stolen goods market, where they definitely don't murder old ladies for their teeth. Shoot some things with shotguns. Buy some defense. Contemplate swimming to get your bike off the boat. And visit really weird obscure car shows. I actually have no idea what is going on here. This person's car made a buzzing noise, and then everybody clapped. Probably a South African thing. Unload my bike, you bastards! I wonder which one of those it is. Anyway, something finally happened. Today's the day.
Today is the day!
Yeah, no, it look good, huh?
When's your
Motorbike collection!
I don't know how good it is to see this again.
Now, seeing as I finally have the bike, and I have some marvellous hair and terrible facial hair growth, because I've been stuck here for 3 weeks, I now have the fun job of putting all of this stuff into that, and that. I also got a replacement phone holder, because as you may or may not remember, mine was executed in Western Australia because it destroyed 2 of my phones. But spoiler for future episodes, this one sucks too. So firstly, what have I learned about my last experience? Get a phone mount that actually does what it's supposed to do. In theory. If it doesn't work, I'm suing. And secondly, Africa time is a real thing. Never expect to get anywhere on time. Anyway, let's go. Now I've been purposely not seeing very much as I've been stuck in Cape Town for 3 weeks or so. And this is because I want to see stuff by bike. So I've ticked a few boxes. I've had my first South African beer with a fine gentleman named Shulk. And here's one of the things that's quite impressive about Cape Town. Anywhere you go, you can basically look south and there's that monolith looming over you. So I'm going to go up there as far as I can, which apparently isn't very far. Now my plan for leaving Cape Town is something like this. Cape of Good Hope, because it's right there, so I may as well, and then camp in various places up to the Botswana border. But before all that, I wanted to do Prince Alfred's Pass, because it looks quite interesting. So that's what I'm going to do. Now who would have guessed that Cape of Good Hope was a tourist hotspot? But a load of people on BMWs showed up, seemingly too far away from the nearest Starbucks. You're a bit far from Starbucks. I also got my photo taken with a little old Chinese lady. I have no idea who she is, but she asked for her photo to be taken, so I obliged. Why are you there?
I don't think these are the best places to be, don't you think? You little weird monkey people things.
Now in my ever-ending quest to try and be sociable, I made contact with Moving Pictures Africa because we watch each other's videos. Like school kids that fancy each other. Anyway, you should check out their channel. It's the same sort of standard as the BBC, but without all the scandals. And it also results in stunning pictures, like this. Anyway, after this, got a little bit late, found a campsite, was wet. Here's how the morning went. Good morning, nobody. As is tradition,
Canadian Prince now dipping his arms into the pudding, as is tradition.
it absolutely hammered it down with rain yesterday. And I thought I was smart by staying in this place. And I had a load of water running down here. But I decided to get up in the middle of the night and move my boots slightly. And by the time I got back, they were full of water. So today I'll be learning how to fix my own mistakes from our Lord and Saviour, Charlie Borman. Brought to you by Coles. Crunchy.
So this bit of road yesterday was like nothing I can really describe. It is truly the most slippery thing I've ever ridden on. And I'm guessing after yesterday's rain, it's going to be 10 times worse. And now there's loads of people around to watch me fail. I mean, already I can feel the front wheel kind of snaking away underneath me. If I put on my brakes, I'm going on the floor, and if I accelerate hard, I'm going on the floor. So I have to try very hard to not go on the floor. And the potholes don't really help. This is vile. And I don't really feel like deadlifting a 300 plus kilogram bike first thing in the morning. I almost guarantee on camera this just looks like a normal road, but it ain't. Can't even really describe what this road is made of. It's almost like sponge. Today's plan is there. And I'm going through George to a place called and then I'm going to go north through Prince Alfred's Pass from there because I looked online and it looks quite good. So that's the plan. So let's teleport there. Fuck, that one's a bit scary. But the further down you get, the worse the road gets.
Now, seeing as I'm continuing my journey with extremely soggy boots, I decided to do one of the largest mountain passes in the world, which is Prince Alfred's Pass. But it's a little bit spectacular. You'll do anything ranging from riding across mountain ridges to riding in the bottom of valleys with waterfalls and other weird things.
What to expect with this, because I've been riding along this sort of road for the last 20 kilometers. This is actually the best it's been. It's been like I've been riding up mysterious rivers and rocks, and it's been a bit horrible. And then suddenly it opens up to this.
But eventually, you come out the other side, and as it's starting to get dark, you have to find a place to stay for the night. So I chose this place. Oh, hello. Well, how's this for a weird turn of events? I've arrived at my weird little hostel thing, and there's nothing here but dogs. So, assuming no owners turn up, will you settle down? Both of you, you weirdos. I'm going to camp in the car park because I don't really have any other options right now. And if someone shows up, but if not, weird. Now, as it would pan out, this is one of the most friendly and accommodating places you can ever imagine. The owner ended up coming back at around 10 PM, and was honestly one of the most excellent people I've ever met. She gave me a load of contacts about people who I can meet along the way and places to visit, as well as filling me up with food and coffee in the morning. Now, unfortunately, when I left on this trip, the people of Sudan have decided that they don't like each other or other people and decided to cause a big political ruckus. This causes problems for my visas. So I have to visit embassies, and I'm choosing to go to the one in Pretoria. And seeing as there isn't all that much between here and Pretoria, I'm going to lump this trip over a couple of days and just get straight there. Now, somewhere along this route, I got pulled over by the police. But this wasn't like being pulled over by the police in Australia. I didn't leave with a fine or any funky coloured stickers on my vehicle. Instead, I left with the WhatsApp number of the Chief of Police, because he had a broken down tractor in his village. Now, unfortunately, his village was about 400 kilometers in the wrong direction, so I said I'd try to help him fix it via WhatsApp. Here's how that went. Just to get you up to speed, the tractor had a problem with its power steering pump. So, this is the power steering pump, and this is given oil from a little reservoir up here. So there are two things that I think could be wrong with this pump, well, three actually. Firstly, no oil, and the other one is that this shaft could be damaged. So he replied, I sent him this. There's nothing returning. You can say that the pump is either broken or this shaft is causing the problem. He replied with this. Needless to say, he got it fixed, but it was nothing to do with any of the communication that we had together. Good morning, nobody. I stayed in Blem last night in a place called Tom's Place because it was bloody freezing and I didn't really want to set up a tent. Anyway, I'd better pack that thing and head towards Johannesburg. It was also at this point I realised that I needed to service my bike, because I hadn't done it since Sydney. So if you're watching, hotel owner, thanks for letting me use your garage, even though you didn't know exactly what I was going to use it for. You would not believe how long it took me to find this. And upon my arrival in Pretoria, this is where I introduce Jeff. Now, me and Jeff had planned to travel together. But Jeff is dramatic, and Jeff is underprepared. Jeff doesn't have a motorbike yet. But he assured me that when I arrived, he would have had one by then. Jeff didn't have a bike by then. I was going to say declined. So instead, we had mincy little coffee beers together, and I carried on ahead of him, with the assurance that he'd only be a couple of days behind. But we'll get to that later, maybe in another episode. Anyway, embassies in Africa are exactly as hopeless as the ones in Australia, meaning they're only open every second Sunday as long as it's a leap year. And I've been waiting in Pretoria for the last few days for a day that they're actually open.
I actually forgot I was making a weird documentary thing. This is Pretoria. I've been here for about 4 days. Mostly because it was the weekend and I was trying to wait for all the embassies to open so I could visit Sudan and Ethiopia. Because of this horrible delay, my My 30-day visa is probably going to expire before I get to Ethiopia, so I've got to renew that one. And I went yesterday. It's now Tuesday, and I couldn't do anything yesterday because the 9 to 5 working day does not exist in this country. So they work 9 to 12, and I missed that by about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go and try again today. Good morning. Can I come in to renew a visa? Hey, I'm trying to renew a visa. Is it possible to come in just to park my bikes and then I can sort this out?
Now, I visited 2 embassies, Ethiopia and Sudan. And I think I was there for a total of 5 minutes. To be told, visas aren't given anymore, and do it online. What a waste of a few days. Anyway, to the Botswana border.
So once again, I forgot to do a video. I forgot to let you know how the embassies thing went. And it was exactly as you'd expect by an embassy, from my experience anyway. I go to the Sudan embassy and they tell me that the guy's not available to talk to, so I'd have to wait a week. Not prepared to do that. I go to renew my Ethiopian visa because thanks to the delays in Cape Town and the visa only lasting 30 days, it's pretty much going to expire as soon as I arrive at the border. Anyway, I'm almost at Gaborone. That's in Botswana. You can see it there. That means that this pretty much concludes this episode in South Africa. Tune in next time for more things that haven't happened yet.
I'm stealing, and there's nothing you can do about it.